Hi folks, Dave with DBS Tech Talk, and welcome to my desk. I don't normally show this as it actually reveals one of my weaknesses, and that is keeping a clean desk at home. Funny thing is, if I was at an office with actual people around and having to work in the same, room, I would have a very tidy desk. I come home. Yeah, so I apologize for the clutter and for the messiness, but I'm comfortable in my messiness, so I guess that works. Today we're going to talk about the Korg DS-DAC-100. The Korg DS-DAC-100. And this is a unique DAC amp. Very pretty to look at. Has a unique shape to it. I would say it's a little bit bigger than my normal size hand. If you go from wrist to fingertip, it's that long, and then it's not much longer than the hand as far as depth, and it's about 3 inches deep, give or take. Has these unique feet on them, so if you're gonna set it on something, make sure that you are using the little feet that they provide. They have a little hole on them and they just kind of fit in there, and then you set it down and arrange it accordingly. You will scratch things up with that. Those are actually pretty sharp. On the front, you have your 1/4 inch out, you have your volume knob, and you have some LEDs, and there is black on black writing, so it's kind of hard to see on camera, but you can read it in person if you strain at it. The white one is your power LED, and then the orangish one is actually orange amber. Thank you, it's not that bright red. And the white one is not super bright, so it doesn't like blind you when it's sitting at the desk. Even with the lights down, it doesn't bother you too much. But the amber one shows the sample rate of your file. On the back, it's a very clean and easy back. You have USB in. That's your only form of input. Why? Because this is USB powered. USB in, RCA outs, XLR out. That's it. So, in order to get juice, you have to have your USB on. And it does use a proprietary program called Audiophile, and when you plug it in, you will need to download drivers and the program. So be prepared to do that. That took about 45 minutes for me for whatever bizarre reason. I have very high download speeds at home, but I had to determine, I guess, which program and all that, and Windows didn't agree with my first download, so I do it again. But until you get that stuff downloaded, I wasn't able to play any sound out of it. And then it's just a simple thing in Windows where you go to your setting and you choose which device for your output. Audiophile, I don't use the program completely. It is very clunky, it is very frustrating, it is super slow. Once it plays music, it sounds great, and the upsampling is awesomeness, but it is just too gosh darn slow for me and too clunky. And if you're just sitting and you're playing a whole album straight through, works great. If you want to randomize things up, create playlists, things like that, I just found it just to be extremely annoying. So I use maybe I'm just spoiled by using Tidal and Spotify, and even Groove Music and I can remember the other one, the one with the B, whatever that one is. Maybe I'm just spoiled by those, the way that those interfaces are and way that they're fast. I just found those to be easier to use. I know that they're not upsampling, and this particular unit only upsamples if you're using audio gate. So if I want to upsample, I'll go to audio gate, but also I don't have a full library on available. I only have certain genres and very limited downloads in my digital library. So I do use those other programs to hear more of other music, so to speak. So anyways, still works with other programs. That's my point, and it works great. Sound-wise, has a clean, clear sound to it. Somewhat mid-forward, not like shouty or intense in your face. It just seems to be more the focus of the sound. I would call it close to neutral. It's not fully neutral. It does add a little bit of color to it. Makes it a little warmer and romantic sounding. Bass is decent. It's not the deepest. Doesn't go way down into the far reaches, but it also isn't lean. It's very well balanced, has nice impact and nice tone to it, and good details. The mids, as I said, very romantic, very lush, smooth, just great timbre to them, and sound very natural. And then the treble is kind of like the bass. It's not over. It's not veiled, and it's not rolled off, but at the same time, it's not extended the greatest. So but it does the job. Has a nice smoothness to it, textured and detailed. Has an airiness to it and a crispness to it, which is nice. But it doesn't come across as being sharp or bright. So it's a slightly warmer sounding DAC. But it's not as warm as the music hall, I wouldn't say. But it's not as, analytical as the topping. So I would almost put it along with, in between the Sanskrit and the music hall. It's kind of a mixture between the two. But it's got a nice sound to it. I like it a lot. The amplifier part has pretty good power. It can drive the HE4XX, struggles to drive the Advanced Alpha. It pushes the Advanced Alpha, they get to great levels, but it doesn't have the dynamic sound that the Alphas are capable of. The one that I find that it matches extremely well with are the Focal Elex. I find that these sound amazing on the Korg, and only have to turn it to about 1030. They're playing great, almost too loud. So it has plenty of power to drive the Elex, and they sound detailed, clear, and smooth. And then the other ones that I really like on the Korg are the Advanced Sound GT3s, and because this DAC is an amp is slightly mid forward to begin with, plays very well with the GT3, as that's kind of their focus, is the mids. So overall, the Korg DS-DAC-100 is a great desktop setup if you're looking for something that you can tinker with and play with the settings and change and upsample files to DSD, or if you just want something that plays really well as a DAC itself and has a good amp in it. I find that it's a great to have sitting. It's minimalistic in size, but it has a unique look to it that people, when they see it, go, oh wow, what's that cool thing? So the Korg DS-DAC-100 gets a thumbs up from me. Who this may not be for is someone who just wants a plug and play device, who doesn't want to have to play with audio gate because of its clunkiness, of its frustrations, of its slowness, and things like that. Or someone who doesn't want to have to go in and change all the different settings for it. Or someone who that wants an extremely powerful amp. This wouldn't be the device for it, for them. But if you want a device that you can sit and chill, listen to music while reading information on the internet or browsing your shopping list or doing things like that, and you just have your Elex in and you're just chilling in the computer chair, the Korg may be the one for you. So, this has been Dave with DBS Tech Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.